Farming is really important. It has been the backbone of human civilization for thousands of years, providing us with the essential food we need to survive and thrive. From the earliest days of agriculture, when humans first began to cultivate crops and domesticate animals, farming has played a crucial role in our development. It has allowed societies to grow, cities to be built, and cultures to flourish. Without farming, the world as we know it would not exist. It gives us the food we eat and keeps us alive. Every meal we consume, from the simplest breakfast to the most elaborate dinner, is a testament to the hard work of farmers around the world. They toil day and night, often in challenging conditions, to ensure that we have a steady supply of fresh, nutritious food. Farmers' markets, brimming with vibrant fruits and vegetables, are a reminder of the bounty that farming provides. But the way we farm now, which is made to produce a lot of food quickly, is hurting our planet. The methods we use today, driven by the need to feed a growing global population, often come at a significant environmental cost. Large-scale industrial farming practices lead to deforestation, soil degradation, and water pollution. The once fertile lands are being stripped of their natural resources, leaving behind barren landscapes and polluted waterways. Modern farming, although good at making a lot of food, is a big reason why forests are being cut down, water is running out, and our environment is getting polluted. The heavy reliance on chemical fertilizers and pesticides contaminates the soil and water, while the extensive use of machinery contributes to air pollution. According to the World Wildlife Fund, agriculture is responsible for 70% of global deforestation and 24% of greenhouse gas emissions. These farming practices release bad stuff into the air, which causes climate change. The emissions from industrial farming machinery and the methane produced by livestock are significant contributors to greenhouse gases. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, agriculture is responsible for about 10% of global greenhouse gas emissions. This accelerates global warming, leading to more extreme weather conditions, rising sea levels, and other climate-related challenges. The impact of these changes is felt worldwide, affecting not just the environment but also human health and livelihoods. The way we farm now is not going to work forever. As the global population continues to grow, the demand for food will only increase. However, our current farming methods are not equipped to meet this demand sustainably. We are depleting our natural resources at an alarming rate, and if we do not change our ways, we risk facing severe food shortages in the future. It's clear that we need to rethink our approach to farming. We need to find a new way to grow our food without harming the environment. Innovative solutions like urban farming, hydroponics, and vertical farming offer promising alternatives. These methods use less land and water, reduce the need for chemical inputs, and can be implemented in urban areas, bringing food production closer to consumers. By embracing these new technologies, we can create a more sustainable and resilient food system. This is one of the biggest problems humans are facing. The challenge of feeding a growing population while protecting our planet is immense, but it is not insurmountable. Communities around the world are already taking steps to adopt more sustainable farming practices, and there is a growing awareness of the need for change. By working together, we can develop solutions that ensure food security for future generations. Our future depends on our ability to produce food in a way that's good for both people and the planet. Sustainable farming practices, supported by technology and innovation, hold the key to a healthier, more equitable world. By prioritizing the health of our environment, we can create a food system that nourishes both people and the planet, ensuring a brighter future for all. Let's look closer at how modern farming is affecting the environment. Modern agriculture has brought about significant advancements in food production, allowing us to feed a growing global population. However, this progress comes with a hefty environmental price tag that we can no longer afford to ignore. Cutting down forests for more farmland destroys important parts of nature and makes climate change worse. Forests act as the lungs of our planet, absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. When we clear these forests, we not only lose this vital function, but also release stored carbon back into the atmosphere, exacerbating global warming. Using a lot of water for farming dries up rivers and underground water sources, leaving less water for other things and hurting fish and other water life. Irrigation practices in modern agriculture often lead to the over-extraction of water from natural sources, causing rivers to run dry and groundwater levels to plummet. This not only affects aquatic ecosystems, but also threatens the water supply for human consumption and other industries. Bug sprays and fertilizers pollute our rivers and lakes, harming the animals and plants that live there. The chemicals used in agriculture, such as pesticides and fertilizers, often run off into nearby water bodies during rainfall. This runoff leads to the contamination of rivers, lakes, and even oceans, creating dead zones where aquatic life cannot survive. The impact on biodiversity is profound, affecting not just fish but also the entire food chain. The way we farm now, by planting the same crop over and over and digging up the soil too much, is ruining the soil, which means we might not be able to grow food as well in the future. Monoculture farming depletes the soil of essential nutrients, making it less fertile over time. Additionally, excessive tilling and the lack of crop rotation lead to soil erosion, further diminishing the land's productivity. If we continue down this path, future generations may struggle to grow enough food to meet their needs, and raising lots of animals for food creates a lot of bad gases that make climate change worse. Industrial livestock farming is a significant source of methane, a greenhouse gas that is much more potent than carbon dioxide. The large-scale production of meat and dairy products contributes to the accumulation of these gases in the atmosphere, accelerating the pace of climate change. These problems are all connected and need a big solution. To address the environmental impact of modern agriculture, we need to adopt more sustainable practices. This includes embracing urban farming, supporting local farmers' markets, and utilizing advanced technologies like drones and robotic harvesters to optimize resource use. By making these changes, we can work towards a more sustainable future for our planet and ensure that we can continue to feed the world without destroying it. The idea of stopping traditional farming completely might seem crazy. After all, it's how humans have lived for thousands of years. But the problems we're facing mean we have to look at every option. While completely stopping traditional farming might not be possible right now, we need to rely on it much less. This means finding new ways to produce food that don't need as much land and are better for the environment. Growing food in cities called urban farming and growing food in tall buildings with layers of plants called vertical farming are promising solutions. These methods bring food closer to where people live, reduce the need to transport food, and can use energy from the sun and wind. Imagine fresh vegetables growing on rooftops, in empty buildings, and even in your local grocery store. Urban farming is turning cities into places where food can grow. Vertical farms take this idea even further, growing crops in layers stacked on top of each other, often indoors in controlled environments. These new ways of farming have many benefits. They shorten the distance food travels from the farm to your plate, which saves money and reduces pollution. They can use renewable energy sources like solar and wind power, and they can help keep cities cooler by creating green spaces. Welcome to Section 5, Regenerating the Land, Farming in Harmony with Nature. Regenerative agriculture offers a different approach, one that seeks to work with nature, not against it. This method focuses on rebuilding soil health, sequestering carbon, and increasing biodiversity. Practices like no-till farming, crop rotation, and cover cropping help to restore soil fertility, reduce erosion, and enhance water retention. Integrating livestock into these systems can further improve soil health and create more resilient farming ecosystems. Regenerative agriculture is not about going back to the past. It's about using modern knowledge and technology to create farming systems that are both productive and sustainable. Technology is really important for making farming more sustainable. Precision agriculture, for example, uses sensors, data analysis, and GPS technology to improve farming practices. By precisely applying things like water and fertilizer only where and when needed, farmers can reduce waste, pollution, and grow more food. This data-driven approach helps farmers make smarter decisions that are good for both their farms and the environment. Hydroponics, a way of growing plants without soil, offers another interesting possibility for sustainable food production. In hydroponic systems, plants are grown in water that has all the nutrients they need, so we don't need land and we use less water. This method can be really good for growing crops that need a lot of water, like lettuce and tomatoes, and it can be done in cities, reducing the distance food needs to travel. Vertical farms often use hydroponics, making the most of the space they have. Advances in gene editing technology have the potential to develop crops that are more resistant to pests, diseases, and extreme weather conditions. This could reduce the need for pesticides and herbicides, minimizing the environmental impact of farming. Robotics and automation are also transforming agriculture. Robots can now plant weed and harvest crops with precision and efficiency, reducing labor costs and minimizing soil compaction. These technologies can further optimize resource use and make farming more sustainable. The future of farming will probably involve both traditional practices and new technologies. As we look ahead, it's clear that the agricultural landscape is evolving. Traditional farming methods, which have been honed over centuries, offer a wealth of knowledge and experience that we cannot afford to lose. These methods are often deeply connected to the land and local ecosystems, providing a sustainable way to produce food. We can't just forget all the knowledge and experience farmers have gained over many years. This wisdom is invaluable, and it forms the backbone of our food systems. However, as the global population continues to grow and climate change presents new challenges, we must also embrace innovation. Advanced tools and technologies, such as precision farming and data analytics, can help farmers increase efficiency and reduce waste. But we also need to be open to new ideas and adapt to the challenges of the 21st century. Drones and robotic harvesters are revolutionizing the way we manage crops, while hydroponic systems allow us to grow food in urban environments with limited space. These innovations are not just about increasing productivity. They also offer solutions to some of the environmental issues associated with traditional farming. By combining the best of both worlds, we can create a food system that produces a lot of food, can handle challenges, and is good for the environment. This hybrid approach leverages the strengths of both traditional and modern practices, ensuring that we can meet the demands of a growing population while preserving our natural resources. Urban gardens and rooftop farms, for example, bring food production closer to consumers, reducing transportation emissions and fostering community engagement. The choices we make today will decide the future of our planet. If we continue to deplete our natural resources and pollute our environment, the consequences will be dire. But if we choose to adopt sustainable practices and invest in innovative technologies, we can create a resilient food system that supports both people and the planet. We need to act now to change our food system and create a world where everyone has access to healthy, affordable food that is produced in a way that respects and protects our environment. Collaboration between farmers, scientists, and policymakers is essential to drive this transformation. By working together, we can ensure that future generations inherit a world where food security and environmental sustainability go hand in hand. GAP2S. Hey everyone! Farming is changing in a big way and it's getting really exciting. We're finding new ways to grow food that are good for both people and the planet. GAP2S. One super cool thing is how we're using computers. Artificial intelligence, or AI, can help farmers figure out the best time to plant, how much water to use, and even check if the soil is healthy. This means farmers can grow more food and use less stuff that can hurt the environment. GAP2S. Have you heard of vertical farms? It's like stacking gardens on top of each other. They can grow tons of food indoors, using special lights and water systems. This saves water and means we can grow food right in cities, which is super convenient. GAP2S. Farms are also getting greener by using things like solar panels and wind turbines. This helps them use less energy that pollutes the air. GAP2S. Lots of farmers are going back to older natural ways of farming too, like switching crops and using compost. This helps keep the soil healthy and avoids chemicals that can be bad for the environment. GAP2S. Science is also helping us grow food in new ways. Scientists are making plants that are stronger against bugs and bad weather. This means farmers don't have to use as many sprays to protect their crops. GAP2S. Ever heard of farm to table? It's like getting your food straight from the farmer. This is great because it helps local farmers and means your food doesn't have to travel so far, which is better for the environment. GAP2S. But it's not just about new technology. We also need to think differently about how we grow food. We need to take care of the land and make sure farming is good for everyone. GAP2S. So, the future of farming is all about mixing old ways with new ideas. By using clever technology and taking care of the environment, we can grow enough food for everyone and protect our planet. The choices we make today will decide what farming looks like in the future. Let's make good choices. GAP2S. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more videos about how we can grow food in a better way.